Thanksgiving week. You have a big group coming in for Thanksgiving.
I do.
You don't usually do that, but you have
I'm not cooking.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
Yes.
We're getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm trying to find a way to break the news to our pet turkey, but I'm working on that.
He's kidding. Don't listen. Say good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.
His name is Ralph. He's got this here.
Puzzled about what to get your favorite wheel watcher? Go to shopwheeloffortune.com.
JFK in SA, 60 years later. Tonight at 10.
It's back. The Black Friday sales event happening all month long at Bluebonnet, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and New Braunfels, the #1 volume Ram dealer in Texas. It's our biggest inventory reduction sale of the year with our lowest posted prices on our largest selection in years. Save 15% off MSRP on Ram 1500 trucks and $12,000 off or low 2.9% for 72 months financing on new Ram heavy-duty trucks. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. And remember,
at Bluebonnet, price is the difference.
The future of a community will always depend on the health of its newest members. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas is launching its new Special Beginnings program, elevating maternal health care to new levels, including advanced technologies, tools, and personal advocacy teams, ensuring new moms access to the right care at the right time. With each promising newborn, the promise of a brighter future also needs to be delivered. Fortunately, at Blue Cross, being there from the beginning will always be our reason for being.
Kids, the backyard is all yours.
Wait, so we're gonna be the only ones without Wi-Fi?
Well, now that we're Gigillionaires, we have a full house.
What about the garage?
Your cousins are in here. We could show them the attic.
No, it's way too hot.
No, it's not too bad, sobrino.
The basement?
Grandpa?
Unas palomitas, por favor.
What?
Calma. Our Wi-Fi reaches all the way out to the backyard.
Live like a Gigillionaire with more Wi-Fi square footage.
I'll go get the laptops. Sleepover.
Anybody there? AT&T Fiber with All-Fi.
The Red Tag sales event is going on right now at Vara Chevrolet. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory with Vara Chevrolet's straightforward, hassle-free pricing. Like this 2024 Silverado Custom Crew Cab for only $39,995 or lease for $489 a month. And this 2024 Equinox for only $25,780 or lease for $249 a month. Visit Vara Chevrolet today or go online at Vara.com.
Vamos con Vara.
In the immortal words of Ernie Banks, let's play two. The new-look Clippers stormed to town to take on the Silver and Black for 2 games in a row. The experiment in LA has come with mixed reviews so far, and they'll look to mesh their new squad together versus a San Antonio team that's seeking a much-needed win. It's the Clippers and Spurs twice, starting next on KENS 5. It's Feast Week this week here at the Frost Bank Center as the Spurs home heading into the Thanksgiving holiday. They continue this 4-game homestand with the first of 2 against the LA Clippers here tonight on KENS 5. We say hello courtside with Sean Elliott. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us here this evening. And Sean, Spurs are looking to fill up on a couple of wins against the Clippers here this week after a tough loss the other night against Memphis.
Yeah, but it's going to be a tough task here because the Clippers are trying to almost reinvent themselves, bringing in James Harden. Russell Westbrook goes to the bench. They won their last game, in-season tournament game against the Houston Rockets, where they had to come back in that one. So they may have found the formula.
Well, the Spurs had a 10-point lead for the 6th time in 7 home games the other night against Memphis. Couldn't sustain it. Coach Pop has talked a little bit about what's been a bit of a disturbing trend.
Well, we've been there before. You know, we had 18-point lead, I think, at some point, you know, I think in the first half, but we just have trouble sustaining. We get those periods where the physicality builds and we go dry offensively. And when you don't score and you're in transition defense all the time, it makes it difficult and the leads dissipate. So it's just that consistency to continue to score. Because when you're going back on defense all the time, it makes it really tough. That's the bottom line.
And Sean, it seems like every night seems to be a different lesson for this club, and hopefully one that will pay off when we get a couple of months down the road.
No question, but I feel like the lessons over the last 4 or 5 games have been pretty much the same. You get out, you get a good lead, you kind of forget what got you there. Good ball movement, playing a physical style of game. When the other team turns it up, our guys haven't accepted the challenge, and that's exactly what Pop was saying. Our guys have to react better. When a team gets after you, it's not me time. I'm the hero trying to win the game. We're going to all do this together. That's the mentality you need to win a ball game.
James Harden will play his 7th game tonight as a member of the LA Clippers, Sean. They finally got their first win, as you mentioned, the other night against Houston, but it's been a process for them as well, too.
You know, Dan, this sounds crazy, but Russell Westbrook went to the bench. I might bring another guy off the bench because when you think about our big 3, it was Tony and Tim out there, and then Manu comes off the bench. You only need 2 of those guys out there at once. When James Harden has the basketball, he dominates the basketball, and other guys don't get the easy looks that they're accustomed to. And when you have 3 of those guys, 4 of those guys out there on the court, everybody else who's out there with them is going to suffer.
It's a decorated ball club. 4 All-Stars on this Clippers roster, including this one. Kawhi Leonard averaging 21 points. He's averaged better than 25 in his career against the Spurs. More with Nate Ryan coming up on the other side as we continue here on KENS 5.
Is it possible to be more capable and more practical? Be able to perform here and here. Make a statement while barely making a sound. And command the road as well as what lies ahead. How we get there matters.
KFC 2 for $5 wraps are back.
Now with a new mac and cheese wrap.
KFC wraps are back with a new mac and cheese wrap. Choose 2 for just $5.
It's on, baby boy. Hope you had your chunky soup. Eyebrow man. Maybe I did. Pretty boy. I'm a pretty man!
Sorry, ladies.
With 16 grams of protein per can in chunky spicy chicken noodle. Soup that eats like a meal.
Spurs Beerfest is back. Before you catch the Spurs Clippers game, get a flight of beer and a pretzel November 22nd at the Frost Bank Center. For tickets, text BEER to 210-444-5050 or visit spurs.com/promotions.
iPhone 15 Pro, your husband deserves it.
Carolers, to tell me you want a new iPhone, a better plan is Verizon.
No way they take this break.
Yes, they will in any condition. Get iPhone 15 Pro and iPad and Apple Watch all on them.
Please forgive him.
It's all good, just a little awkward. We'll wrap this up.
Black Friday starts now. Turn any iPhone in any condition into a new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE all on us. That's up to $1,700 in value. It's holiday every day with Verizon.
This is the icon of vacations. Icon of the Seas, arriving 2024.
Back at the Frost Bank Center, Spurs and Clippers tipping at 7 p.m. right here on KENS 5 as we welcome you courtside. San Antonio lost by 40 to Los Angeles last time these two teams squared off, but the Clippers, a much different team. They added James Harden back on November 5th. This is part of a critical stretch of run games now for San Antonio in game number 14. Not getting any easier, particularly in a revamped Western Conference.
It's a great conference. Obviously, the way OKC is playing right now, obviously the Texas teams, just our division in general has been really good this year. So we're going to continue to get great teams every single night. We go out there and compete. We play the Clippers twice this week, or figuring things out as well. And it's going to be a tough test for us.
Yeah, you heard Dougie. 2 against the Clippers, Friday night against Golden State, then the defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, thereafter. We'll see how the San Antonio Spurs can manage tonight. We got Dan and Sean on the other side. Stay with us.
Me time is Melts time. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for 2, price for 1. Pizza Hut Melts, just $6.99.
Look, she's just sitting here building her credit by...
I forgot you were here.
Self gives you credit for the bills you're going to pay anyways. Then just sit back and watch your credit grow. Build your credit. Build credit, build savings, build dreams.
How do we turn discoveries into life-changing care? At UT Health San Antonio, we do everything it takes. Our research leads the way to develop new therapies, new ways to care for you. From fighting disease to making breakthroughs that save lives, we do everything it takes in our relentless pursuit of the healthiest you. UT Health San Antonio.
KENS 5, the official TV station of the Spurs, presents the Spurs take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Friday night at 9 on KENS 5 and streaming free on the KENS 5 app.
60 years ago, JFK visited San Antonio, and our city welcomed him with open and loving arms. Deborah Knapp relives John F. Kennedy's last full day on Earth with rare digitally restored footage. Tonight at 10 on KENS 5.
San Antonio Spurs Basketball at KENS 5 is brought to you by Frost Bank, the official bank of your San Antonio Spurs. And tonight, the first time that the Spurs are playing on their City Edition court. They've played in the City Edition uniforms a couple times for the in-season tournament games, but that has had its own court, Sean, and this is the new City Edition court that will be for those games going forward that are not in the in-season tournament.
I need you by my side to continue to explain all this to me, Dan. I can't keep up. There are all these different courts, different uniforms, in-season tournament, City Edition, non-City Edition, Nostalgic Edition, Boiled Edition, Fried Edition.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Let me explain the lineups to you tonight. I think that one's pretty easy.
That'll help.
Okay, for the visiting Clippers, this lineup won for the first time since James Harden was acquired. So they'll go with it again. It's Terrence Mann starting alongside James Harden with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Ivica Zubac in the front court for Tyronn Lue. And for the Spurs, same lineup as they went with the other night with Devin Vassell missing a third straight game with the adductor injury. Jeremy Sohan, Julian Champetti, Zach Collins, Victor Wembanyama, and Keldon Johnson. There's the Beard, James Harden, as he's trying to give the Clippers their first road victory of the season. They're 0-6 on the road to start the year.
Surprising, because they have a good group of veterans that know how to get it done.
4-7 overall. Second meeting between these two sides. Clippers, of course, in the opening weekend of the season, ran roughshod over the Spurs, winning by 40.
They bullied them.
123-83 was the final in that one. Opening tip-off presented by Pizza Hut with Sean, Nate Ryan, and the crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us here on KENS 5. Spurs control off the tip. Zach Collins going to work on Zubac's turnaround jumper with a right hand, a little bit too strong.